Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Snook with section 11.4, Volume of Prisms and Cylinders. And what we're going to do today is calculate the volume of prisms and cylinders. So volume refers to the amount of 3D space. And first of all, we're going to do volume of a prism, and there's a really nice nifty formula for it. Volume is going to be big B, capital B, times H. Now B is the area of the base, and then H is the height. So if we look at this picture over here, right here is the base. And so we do the area of this base right here, and then the height, that's right there, and it comes in perpendicular. It's pretty simple, just big B times height. And so when we are dealing with a rectangular or square-shaped prism, big B is going to be, length times width. That's not letting me write. So big B for a rectangular prism is going to be the length times the width. And then to get the volume, you just put in the height. So your volume is going to be length times width times height. Pretty simple. So first up is going to be the volume of this rectangular prism. We are going to get the area of the base. And so the area of the base, big B, is going to be 5 times 3. So right there, that's big B. And right here is H. And so we're going to multiply by 4. So right here is B. Right there is H. And we get 15 times 4, or 60. Cubic feet. So we're not squared anymore, we're cubic feet, because it's feet times feet times feet. It's cubic feet. All right, the next idea is called Cavalieri's principle. And what it says is that if you have a figure in space, okay, all you need is the area of the base times the height, and you've got the volume. And it doesn't matter if our figure is slanted over a little bit, like this one. See, that one is slanted. That you still just want the area of that base times the height. It also doesn't matter if it's not rectangular. This works for a triangular prism too. Area of the base this time would be the triangle times this height. All right, so here's our next example. We were just talking about triangles, so we're going to do a triangular prism. We're going to find the volume here. So the first thing you need to do is figure out which side is the base. And that's going to be right here, this triangle in the front. And the reason why is there's another base in the back, which means that this length right here, that's your height. So to get the area of my base, I'm just going to draw that triangle over here. I have 10, and I have 6 meters. I have a right angle here. So for area of a triangle, big B is going to be little b, the little base, times height. So here's my little base, which is 6, and my height is 10, and then you divide by 2. So 1/2 6 times 10, and that gives me 30 meters squared. And so now all I have to do to get the volume is I'm going to do area of the base times the height. So my volume, which is big B times H, is going to be 30 meters squared. And my height, that's right here. We're given that as 5 meters. So then my volume is going to be 150 meters cubed. All right, so that's prisms. Now we're going to move into the world of cylinders. Remember, a cylinder is also a prism, but the base is round. So when I go to get the area of the base, big B, I'm going to use pi r squared. So I'm using the radius here. Here's our height. Just like with the prism, I'm going to get the area of the base. I'm going to multiply it by the height, and I'm going to use pi r squared for the area of the base. So take a look at this one, volume of this cylinder. I know that my height is 20 centimeters. That's given to me. And I know my radius is 8 centimeters. So to get the volume, I need big B times H. I've got H. So now all I need to do is get big B, and then I can plug that in. Big B is going to be pi r squared. So I'm going to get pi times 8 squared, which is going to be 64 pi centimeters squared. So now I've got the area of that base. Oops. Now all I have to do is plug in. So my volume is going to be 64 pi, and that's centimeters squared, times my height, which is 20 centimeters. So I'm going to have 20 times 64, and that's going to give me 1280 times pi. Centimeters squared times centimeters is centimeters cubed. That's our exact answer. We can also give a rounded answer if we're asked to, where I just take my 1280 and I times it by pi. And so I get approximately 4021.2 centimeters cubed. And just a reminder, this one's exact, that one's rounded. All right, another example here, we're going to get the volume of this cylinder to the right. We're going to keep it in terms of pi. So terms of pi. Notice this is slanted. But it doesn't matter because of Cavalieri's principle. We can still just do the area of the base times the height. And there's my height. That's height. I'm given the diameter for the base. So volume is going to be big B times height. Height I know is 3 meters. Now all I got to do is get big B, the area of the circle. So big B is pi r squared. Diameter is 2 meters. So therefore my radius is going to be half of that, or 1 meter. So big B is going to be pi times 1 squared, which just equals pi. Now I'm ready to plug into my volume formula. And my volume is going to be big B, which is pi, times the height, which is 3. So I get 3 pi, and my units are meters cubed, or 3 pi cubic meters. And that's it for today's lesson. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome day.